That's my encouragement. Okay? All of us see all those Coca-Cola adverts. And Coca-Cola, I don't know if things have changed now, but they say Coca-Cola spends the highest amount of money on advertising, in the world. And you wonder, what do they sell really? Water, sugar, and some coloring. Okay? But this product is known about in the remotest villages around the world. A good chunk of what Coca-Cola sells is the advertising, really. Okay? And they found out that it's been effective. So my encouragement is, I did this and it worked for me. I began to write goals on plain sheets of paper and to stick them on the wall in my bedroom. I still remember how we got our first Mercedes car in our house. I just read about it, that's all. And I decided to try it out. Described the make of the car, the model, the year, and stuck it on the wall. And we didn't have the faintest idea how to get the money to get the car. But it happened, just happened like that someday. Just happened, that Nikki and I were having a chat with this person. We had been hearing about the person for a while, and it was our first time of meeting. And we were just sharing our experiences, and all of a sudden the guy just said, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. I have this strong impression I should give you a check, okay? And the person wrote out a check, and it was the exact amount of money we wrote on the sheet of paper. At that time, I had forgotten about the paper. It was when we got back home to our room that my eyes fell on the sheet of paper, and I saw it was the exact amount of money. And I thought, what? It worked. It worked. Now you can be sure, I'm sure you know what I did. I took that sheet of paper or filed it because we got that car. So I wrote something else. You understand? I had to be sure. I had to be sure. This one worked. Okay, we have to be sure this is not a coincidence. We have to appreciate this about life. This world is controlled by principles. This world is controlled by principles. Principles make life predictable. If you jump from a 10-story building in London, you're coming down. You don't need to pray. You don't need to do anything. You don't need help. Okay? You're coming down. Okay? And if you feel that the circumstances in London don't favor you, that there are special forces, invisible forces that are up to frustrate your life, and you leave, you go to Beijing, China. If you jump from a 10-story building there, you'll come down. A law or a principle is a universal fact, something that holds true on every spot on planet Earth. So the good thing about principles, therefore, is that they make life predictable. You don't need anybody to tell you, if you jump from a 10-story building, you're coming down, except with the aid of technology. Things happen these days, okay? So that makes life predictable. You put a seed in the soil, it's going to grow. Okay, it's predictable. If it's corn, 90 days, and it will mature. Makes life predictable. Once we begin to build our lives on principles like that, life becomes predictable. So what I discovered was that I stumbled on a principle. So the next car was written on the sheet of paper, stuck on the wall. And then eventually the car, we got it. We got that. So I took the sheet of paper off and then put another car there. That one, printed the picture from the internet and stuck it on the wall. And I had forgotten about the picture, okay? Went to the car shop, and at the end of the day, I ended up buying the exact model that was on the wall, okay? So with that, I found consistency. Principles don't change. Methods change. Circumstances change. But principles don't change. So your success becomes a whole lot more predictable when you build on principles. I'm encouraging you, you want to experience a shift to another level. Change what you are seeing and change what you are hearing on a consistent basis. Advertise your future to yourself. I had this crazy idea one day. I thought, why only cars? So I took my checkbook tore out a leaf and wrote a check to myself. I wrote my name on the check. And I wrote this large amount of money. It was large to me then, the equivalent of 2,000 pounds. And I stuck that check on the wall. It was there. And it was several months later that my eyes fell on the check. I thought, wait, let me check my records. I had gotten the money. I thought, wow, so it works this way too. Fantastic. So, I wrote another check. I multiplied the amount 10 times. Stuck it on the wall. A year later, my eyes fell on the check and I thought, wait a minute, let's check the records. I found out the money had come in. I said, oh, this is getting sweet. I filed the check and I wrote another one. Okay? I'll stop there. Go write your own. All right?